Hello. Good evening, NBA. This is the NBA YouTube Live. Don't forget to buy stickers and a shirt. Oh wait, the link tree. We are live.
Okay. Yeah, Eddie, you're really honking on that thing. Yeah, you're really honking on it. I love that. Okay, Eddie, let's try to contain it a little bit better. The vibes. Oh, they're on.
Oh, it's for the first piece. For what? For the first piece.
Is there disinfectant spray?
I have some. Are you have some?
You. That works for me. Arnar.
For the first piece.
Hey, you don't tell me twice. All the pretty horses.
Wait, Hannah, do you want to get in it? Wait. Oh, what is this doing? Do you want to just be in the front and then I'll take it? Like, I'll take the camera and then you'll be over here. Yay!
You know what I'm really afraid of? Is it for the Instagram?
Yeah.
Aw, cute. It's a little bit. Yeah.
No, Mike. Back
Are you playing percussion today? Come on down. I mean, oh, come on.
I told him he should.
There's 3 percussion parts. We only have 2, so.
Hello back here.
Well, there's 3 percussion parts for everything, and if someone else shows up that I recruited, then we'll have all the
the valves work on this tube.
Like too hard? They won't press? Okay. I've never been able to
right. Well, welcome to our second concert reading band, grade 1. This is awesome. Seeing everybody, the opposite of their primary instrument. This is wonderful. Thank you so much to Dr. Fleming for being here tonight. Well, let's get started right away. We're going to start with all of the pretty little horses with Europe. And just a disclaimer, there are the silly shenanigans slips out tonight. We do ask if you do not have a slip, just try to act, semi-normal, just so it doesn't get super out of hand. Great. All right, you're up.
Well, we're going to do some singing to start. So you all repeat after me. We're going to do this in sort of 3 sections. We're going to learn this lullaby. What's up? Absolutely. I'll sing first, you repeat. Ba, 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 pretty good. All right, I'm gonna sing that on a row, and then no problems. So ba 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 ba. Your turn. Ready and. Ba 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 So this melody that we're playing is a lullaby, and it's in this piece. So what we're gonna do, someone give me your favorite baby animal or
Lamb.
What? Lamb. All right, let's all pretend. Can we set down our instruments safely and stand up? And we're gonna pretend we have a baby lamb in our arms. Sorry, Lucy.
Bye, please.
Sorry, that's
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Let's all sing the lullaby and rock our baby, okay? Ba, 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 All right, you guys keep rocking your baby. I'm gonna sing the melody, but it's gonna sound a little bit different. I want you to try and rock how the melody feels to you. So, ba 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Y'all are doing the same thing, which is awesome. Someone tell me what was different about that from the first time.
I don't know.
I don't think you should. Maybe don't shake your baby. Lucy, yeah.
Some of the notes were longer and some of the notes were shorter.
That is true. Does anyone know why that might be?
More connected and more melodic the second way.
More connected, more melodic the second way? Let's think about time. So if we sing it the first way, bum, 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 bum. How many beats go into that melody? Megan said 4. Yes. What about the second way? Bum, 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 bum. Megan said 3. Thank you, Megan. So in this piece, we have 4/4 and 3/4. We have the same melody, but the composer and McGinty has changed it to match either 4/4 or 3/4. So we're just gonna play through this piece, nice and easy. And what I want to happen, y'all can sit down, my bad. Please sit down. Whenever you're resting in this piece, I want you to listen for that melody, whether it be in 4/4 and 3/4. And whoever has the melody nearest to you, I want you to just look at them, gaze at them. Yes, perceive them.
Yes.
You don't have to be obnoxious about it, just a little there it is. There it is. All right. Do we need a tuning note? Did we already do that?
I think it's okay. Carlos, give us an A.
Oh.
Baby stream.
All right, let's listen for the A. Mom's first.
Okay, wait,
What's up, friends? Absolutely, but keep in mind, maybe like this should be the last time you go to the bathroom, but if you're having problems, you're welcome to go to the bathroom.
I think you should really switch instruments, by the way. You look really good.
Hey, Carmela, we're nice in here and we don't bring other people down because he's part of our team. Okay? I love the hat, by the way. You have any?
Yeah, let's go back. Can you go to the spot where it goes in the green faster?
Yeah.
All right. Here is the key to all the conducting secrets of tempo change. All of the secrets. When it says to go faster, what do you need to do?
Change the size.
Yes, just go faster.
Okay.
Yeah, you like started slow, then you were like, oh god, and then you started going faster. Then they're like, they didn't see me, so then you did the snapping thing. Who's responsible for the pulse in the ensemble? Me.
Everybody.
Yeah, you all. Like she'll initiate, but it's you all. So just get it going and trust.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a compliment. Some of the stuff that you're doing between the beats that we talked about 499 is better today. It's great, Kira. It's awesome. Okay, big spot. Now let's get a little bit faster.
Yeah. When we start measure 17.
Yeah.
17.
38.
So we 4 after 13 if I can do that.
5
Everything you say. And then really quick.
5 after 13.
Could you guys hear the melody when it was happening? Were you looking?
Absolutely.
When you're resting, there's something else before we go to work on this tempo stuff. There's something else I want us to be very wary of, and not wary, but aware of, and that's when the low brass and woodwinds have descending eighth notes. So I know Lucy, you sort of gave me eyes when that came up. Is that like not going to happen or? It's cool. It's cool. It's very nice. It's like a very low cello back and forth. So.
What mouthpiece is that?
We're gonna
It's just really.
audio. Okay. Yes. 17.
You want mine?
Huh?
No,
17.
like, less shallower.
All right. Pure silence. We got it the first time. Right. I have 4 minutes. Can anyone tell me, anyone who played during that beat of silence, what happened? What can I do better that will help you? Yes.
I would appreciate it if we go a little bit slower.
Noted. Yes. Yes.
You said we started at 17.
Yes.
That's just like, there's no measure marker.
Okay, well, if you find 13, and then add 4.
As a fourth grader,
You were not in 4th grade,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
we should
Maybe
quit
6.
it.
Do you need to step out for a second?
No, I don't know.
Let's only say nice things to our peers. If this continues being an issue, we can talk afterwards, okay? All right, 17? 17. And we'll go a little bit slower, you're right, that was quick. 15. Yeah, you should have your phone in class. No, just stay here wait till the end of rehearsal. We only have 4 minutes left. 3 now. Okay. 17.
What do you hear that you'd like to adapt? And don't be afraid to go in there and go after something.
I think how many times have we heard this lullaby by now? Millions! It's nauseating. And at this point in the piece, we have almost everyone has the melody. And it's like, okay, if you're all playing that loud, if you're all trying to play, you're all at mezzo piano, and it sounds like you're all individually playing forte, which makes the ensemble sound like a fortissimo. So bring it all down individually, and it'll make it sound a little neater. And then also the low brass and the bells back there have these really cool 8th note figures that we should be able to hear. So let's start right on 22. And if you can't hear low brass, like Lucy, like shredding it, then you're playing too loud. Shred flutes, I know it's hard to play quiet up there. That's okay. That's fine. If this were a real rehearsal, it's like blowing apart, but I'm gonna let you practice.
Wonderful.
Okay, so you start 22?
Yes.
Okay, everyone find 22.
Oh,
What is one
shoot.
way that you can use this now and say, okay, I want everyone to actually play mezzo piano. Give them now context. What is mezzo piano? How
I
can you
haven't
get
used
this?
it in years. Sorry.
I think. Okay. So for mezzo piano, like you guys are playing forte, right? There's like ba, and it'll go ba, ba. See, I can go ba, and that's like mezzo piano. And you each individually have to go like ba, to make the same volume that I did. Does that make sense? Let's try it one more time. Now, ba, ba. 22.
Now play, then that's great. Excellent. Now make them play their first note on their instrument to match that. Give them something physical so you can feel it.
Yes, first note of 22. Let's play it forte, really loud. First note of 22. Wow, that was terrible. Okay, that's a piano. All right, Hannah, I said that's a piano.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's totally fine. Let's try it again, guys. Come on. Yeah. And keep that air support up. Carmela, do we need to go talk? Are you sure? Okay. I think I have like 1 more minute, or am I done? 1 second. 1 second? Okay, 22 in 1 second. Yeah, it's okay.
So just as we're transitioning, Kira specifically asked for some rehearsal feedback, which was rehearsal feedback. Kira here's enough mic that's about important. One thing that we can do, we can say all we want, this needs to be softer, this needs to be louder, but giving the students the actual context of what that is, what they physically need to do that is the key to making the You can say it, but they need to physically do it. Yeah. Hi, Nathan.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. I come from orchestra land, I suppose.
Awesome. Welcome.
Good play.
We are nice people. I just stepped over our car tonight, but I don't really know what's going on over there.
So, this is, yes, it is quite fast. I'm going to start, I'm going to start it quite a bit slower than what it's Hi. Are we all ready? Yeah. Do I need to wait a minute? Okay. Everything all right? Good. All right. So I've heard a lot of people have noticed the tempo is quite a bit fast. So we're gonna start it a lot slower than that for now. But before we play, what I want everyone to do is sing their part and tap either your knee or your chest with their quarter notes. And what I want you to really feel is beats, the first and third beats, a lot stronger than 2 and 4. All right, so I think we're going to Can everyone sing their part at the beginning for me? Or with me? Ready, go. Cool. So we all got that feel? All right, let's take a shot at it. Sorry to call you out, but I think something funny is going on in the tenor saxophone. What note do you have at the beginning? What's your first note? It's a G. I have. Are you talking about a concert pitch?
No, that's not what you're doing.
Okay, on your part, you should start on an A in your written pitch. It's a G. May I see? Should I take a look? Oh, what's your name? I'm so sorry. Aaron. That is no part. I don't know how this got in your folder, but I have you. I didn't have Aaron's part. Let's fix that. This is boring. It's boring. Every part's different, but they're all very important because they all combine to make a whole musical piece. So sometimes it might seem a little boring, but that doesn't mean it's not important. That should fix a lot of things. Now we all have the correct parts. Okay, let's go back to the beginning.
you all need from me that would help you? Is there? Yes, Lucy.
I would prefer you to go a little slower.
Okay, slower. All right. I guess we definitely is a fast tempo we need to work our way up to eventually. Yes, Dr. Fleming.
Hi, Ethan, how are you? So we tried with something?
Oh, it's too high. Isn't it?
Yes, it's too high. Look at that. I just touch it and you knew. It's like magic.
Didn't even occur to me until I saw you look right at it, and I'm like, oh.
It's okay. We get up here and you think of 9,000 things, and this is the last thing you think about is how high my sound is.
Oh, it's more. Okay. So is the main thing that you just like me to chill out on the tempo for a while?
Yep.
All right.
They're all like, okay, as you're chilling out on tempo, let's talk a little bit about the style of this. So what is this piece? It's a what?
It's a dance.
It's a dance. Fabulous. We're gonna make your baton dance a little bit. So anything that's articulate, where do we need the information from? Do you want it from the elbow, the shoulder, the hand, what? Yeah, or we call it the action point. So right now, yeah, oh my gosh, look at that wrist! It's like magic. We just say that and it works. Can you start at the beginning? And can you just pretend that there's a little ball at the end of your baton? You're just gonna bounce it. Great. But like not that fast because they want it slower. Awesome. Here's the very beginning.
Kyle, everything all right?
Yeah.
All right. I would encourage you not to play when I cut off the band. Okay. It's all right. Okay. So raise your hand if you think you have the melody at the beginning. That should be flutes, oboes, and clarinet. So really, all of our friends in the front row. So our friends in the front row have a lot of notes here at the beginning, don't they? So I'm going to spend a little time with our motor in the back, just so that that's real solid, so that our melody friends at the beginning have something to write on top of. So can I hear everyone behind the first row at the beginning? Actually, my bad. Trumpets, you are actually harmonizing with the melody there. So you actually are with, I'm going to group you with these people here at the beginning. So I just need, for now, the people who are playing the boom, chick. Cool? So everyone minus front row and trumpets at the beginning. 5 minutes. really like what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job matching articulations, I think. One thing that would, I think, make it better is saxophones. Hi, sorry, everything all right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying one thing I think would make it better is I love the enthusiasm I'm getting from the saxophones, but I could honestly use a little less tone, a little, how do I say this?
Softer.
Sorry, just please make it softer. Yes.
So, okay, so you want the saxophones to play softer, right?
Yes.
Who can they listen to?
I think saxophones to know how soft you should play. Make sure that you can easily hear the melody players in the front. So here, let's all come back together. And saxophones in particular, well, everyone should be listening to the melodies at all, because, sorry, too many words. So everyone should be listening to the melody because everything else kind of is built around that. But saxophones in particular, just to lock into the texture, listen to our lovely friends up here. All right, at the beginning, everybody.
Well, one second, Dave, this is great. I love that you took apart some of the players. You had just some people play. If this was an actual room of fifth graders, you probably need to give this front row something to do because they're all sitting here really nicely right now, but they probably would be if they were 10. So maybe like give them something to listen for and have them help them respond. Just a
Yes,
tip for this.
they're not high and dry.
Yeah, you got it. It's just a tip for this age group because they're gonna need that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, now you want everyone to bounce to the melody, right?
Yes.
Great. Let's hear the melody then so we know.
Oh, yes. Melody players. Let me hear you guys together at the beginning. So that is front row and trumpets. Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely on the right track. Everything all right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's all come back together at the beginning now. And so everything I said about just kind of fitting how we fit together and how we listen to each other, definitely bear that in mind. Yes, very much. I definitely love how it's blending a lot better now. Saxophones are fitting in really well now. I can definitely hear the melody a lot better. So definitely things are coming together. Just how we want it to sound.
How much time is it, Brian? We get?
4 seconds.
Okay, great. So as a small wrap up, this is great. So as we're going through rehearsals, no matter what the age level is, you have to pin their ears to something, right? We can't just say softer or louder, but you have to give them context that they can always go back to. That's, otherwise it gets undone, right? That's where you have to pin it together. And then give them feedback. Otherwise they're like, was that right? I don't know. Did I play loud enough? Did I play soft enough? You have to give them direct feedback. Good. Next is Evan. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's in bass class? My grandma's in bass
Hello everyone, I'm Joe, if you don't know me. Oh, nice to meet you too. All right, so I'm really excited to do this. I would like to do a full run and then we'll go back and do some things. So, all right, one thing before we start. If you got like a dotted half note, that's not as important as like eighth notes. There's usually some trade-off. So if you hear eighth notes like happen behind you, maybe back off like a lot so we can hear those. You want to give that one another shot? Let's get that one. Yeah. So what are you struggling with? It's a low note. It's in the middle of the staff. Are you? Okay, alto sax one. We got G A. So we got 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Great.
I have an F.
That would be. All right.
I have an A sharp.
Okay. Looks like the music's upside down. I don't know how all three of you did that.
You serious?
Alright.
Oh.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Alright, let's give this one. Yeah. Okay, so there's a really cool thing you can do in jazz band where you can just play whatever you want. Right? So, well, this is not we don't have many solos in classical. So, no. That sounds really good though. Keep it up. Maybe we can talk about the line. Can you play this on the page right now? Okay. Can we please start at measure 9? Measure 9. Okay, so at measure 29, can anybody tell me like what's different on the page? Something happens at measure 29. Yeah, key change. All right. We got F major, concert F major. Just making sure we catch that. We got one flat. All right. Here we go. Measure 29. Yes, you did. That's correct. Measure 29. Okay, can anybody tell me what the ending dynamic is? Piano, very good. Okay, can we play it like it's piano? Well, first, here, let's play it at the volume we did, okay? Let's play it just as loud and as beautiful as we can, okay? All right, this is measure 71. 3 before the end. Very marching band with trumpets. Okay, now can we play it like really? So piano still means powerful, right? So we still want to have enough breath support. So can we just make it a lot quieter and just like pleasant to listen to? P for pleasant, not piano. That was sounding better. I think when I gave the flutes the hand, it helped a lot. Is there?
Should we do the end one more time?
Sure.
Awesome. What is another way we could tell them to play softly? That gives them some context of what to listen for.
Don't play louder than your neighbor.
Now I'm listening to something. Yeah, good. Teaching the lesson again. Don't play louder than your neighbor.
3 for the end. That sounded better.
Yeah. Better is a good way to describe that. We'll go backwards a little bit now and get into that. Give them context how something can cool.
Okay. Let's go at measure 64. All right. So this is mezzo forte, right? So.
Good.
piece feel more like, trying to think of an analogy. Like bouncing a basketball, right? Like, do. But think more like go. Can we try just people with the coordinates? Yeah. So a little bit of separation in between the notes.
Is that exactly what you wanted them to play?
No.
All right. Part of it is the gesture you're giving them. You're getting a little like, wah! Yeah, instead of going, like the tip of the baton tells them the length of the note. So if you go really quickly, they're gonna stop playing. What we do after the action point is crucial. If you come away too fast, everything's short. This is what their air does. So if you come away, it's gonna be a short note. If you stay connected to it, you can control the length. Go for it, Joe.
All right, one more time.
It's okay, you came quickly away on the first one and then you adjust.
Yeah.
Do it one more time.
All
They're
right.
gonna do it. It's gonna be fabulous.
Here you go. All right, can we add everybody else back in?
That was a good adjustment.
Let's do measure 71 for everybody on.
Joe, go back and pick up your favorite spot. It's okay, let's do it then.
Okay, add a conducting move. Okay, can we start at 45, please?
As you're going through this section, think about this little thing connected to the air. So when you watch your video, you'll see sometimes you come away quickly. And part of it has to do with how your wrist is turning here. Pretend that the tip of your baton is a paintbrush and it has to stay on the canvas.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Here we go, 45. Can we try that one more time for me at 45 again?
So as you are shaping, okay?
Yeah. I should probably like.
Yeah, and like it doesn't have to so much be this way, but like if you shape this way, what joint is everyone looking at? Your wrist, right? It's not the most expressive part of our arms, unfortunately. If you can think about painting with your fingertips more, so if you're gonna lead, how can you let your fingertips do it?
Okay.
Yeah, because if they see this, they're like, I don't know what this means. You're just
Okay.
like moving this through space. But if you use your fingertips, you can take them somewhere.
Okay.
Good.
45. Okay.
Do you want to do this? Do you want to rehearse something in that section we just played?
Sure.
Let's do that, dude.
Okay. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. So at 45, we're like mental forte, right? Like pretty full, but not like forceful or anything. So what I would like to do at measure 50, everybody has like a mental forte mark there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we make this like forte, like the loudest moment of the piece right here? Okay. So think about where we're starting. Leave enough room for yourself to grow into 50.
Okay, let's give them context. How can you give them context?
Hmm.
Think of where their softest point is going to be. Think where their loudest point is going to be.
So in measure 48 on beat 3, everybody should have like a mezzo piano. So let's start there. I'll give you pickups into measure 49. Start as soft as you can and try to build into like a 410. Okay, pickups to 49. Cool. It was definitely very soft. Do you want to try it again? Pickups into 49. Okay, let's put it in the context. We're going 45 to 53. And then we'll call it done. Okay. 45? That's beautiful. Thank you.
If you insist, you're on I'll do snare, yeah.
That is sound. Okay. Let's have everybody take out a prehistoric suite. We'll be going over movement 1, the Stegosaurus, and movement 2, the Brontosaurus. So imagine in your minds, like we know of dinosaurs, right? We know of them to be true.
Yeah.
Picture in your mind a Stegosaurus, what that kind of looks like. So they're not really gigantic. I mean, they are very big, but they're not as big as some of the other dinosaurs in this piece. But they're very, like, they have scales, you know, and they walk with purpose. The program notes in this likens it to a gladiator. So this first movement should be like a very big, regal, purposeful march. Boom, 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 right? Just imagine like a Stegosaurus just marching through. You know, they're herbivores, so they're not going to be killing anyone, but they're just kind of marching through. So just keep that in your mind. Beginning, strong trumpets. Dee, da, da, dee, da. Can we actually all sing that at the same time? Dee, da, da, dee, da.
Dee, da, da,
Dee, da. More time, they're accents. They're very accented. You notice that every note in that lick is accented. Bum, 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 bum. And
bum, 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 bum.
Good. And then we also have some eighth note licks here too at the beginning. Dee da dee da dee da dee da. You have an important job. You have to keep the meter very steady throughout. So it's really important that you don't go too fast or too slow. I've been talking a lot, so let's play. Prehistoric suite. I guess you're tuning down. Keep playing.
Oh, this is for me.
That's what we did. There might be room to do a quick tuning up, so let's just do it now. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to call you that. It's okay. I'm glad you paid attention to pitch. Now let's start the beginning. For those that have the dun, 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 that's very good. I think it's a little too much now. So I think when other people have the melody, I think we can maybe break that down a little bit so that other people can shine. Let's start from measure 13. And if you, let's start at measure 13. Sustained notes can kind of break it down. If you have moving lines, break that up. So 13. Can you please start off that video? I can hear it. It's really quiet.
It's off. Literally, it's off. Go.
Am I losing my freaking marbles?
No, you're not.
Okay. So measure 13. A little bit less. There's something funny I'm noticing, and I think we can sustain a little bit longer. I think some people would, because I wonder who has the shenanigans list. So if you have a half note, if we can please sustain that rather than just like it dun, 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 dun. I think it's a little bit too short. Definitely if you have eighth notes, I like that crispness, but I think if you have half and whole notes, that can be sustained just a little bit longer. So it makes that nice contrast with everything else. 13 again, make sure you're watching your notes and we're playing half notes a little bit longer and a lot more connected. 13.
Okay, Kyle, pause.
Yeah.
Take in your room. What part is currently missing from this? They got me.
What part is currently missing? The euphonium?
That is correct, but there's a section currently missing from your rehearsal.
Oh.
Come on.
Where are my goddamn percussion?
I'm only in 5th grade. Please watch your profanity.
Why did you give me like the hardest one?
Yeah, we've been like there since we started the piece.
Okay. Yeah, the percussion just got, the trumpet's not holding up. Now it's Carlos keeps playing.
He's trying
Okay,
to
13. 13. Okay. 13. Let's isolate things a little bit here before we move on to the second one. Can we take 37 to the end? And if you are a low brass or a low woodwind player, those who have the can I just hear your part? 37?
Pause.
Yep.
Something that'll really help. What do you want from them? Why do you want to isolate them?
Okay. I just think that I think for the rest of the ensemble, we need to hear this line come out first. So I think it'd be helpful if we all sort of listened in so that we could recognize what exactly to listen for. Because everyone else plays sustained longer notes, and I think that can drown out the melody a little bit. So I just want to isolate the melody first so that people can have an idea of what to listen to. And then we'll go back and plug in everyone else so that we can maybe take it down a little bit. So you get
Fabulous, Kyle. That's great. So all you did is everyone who's not playing, you just gave them context of what to listen for. Perfect. Good purpose. Go on.
Okay. 37, like you mentioned, your low brass, your low wooded. One more time. That was on me. Okay.
Where are we?
37. Okay, so there are approximately 4 of you, and there's approximately it's sounding really good. I just think it could be a lot louder and a lot fuller. Can we try that one more time? A lot louder, more confidence. Here. And now can we add everyone else? And make sure, since there are so few other people with that lower line, you're going to have to bring down your half notes quite a bit so that I can speak up. So let's take 37 to the end. If you're playing half notes, a lot less. If you're melody, a lot more. Everybody, 37 to the end. Here. And. Really strong finish too. If you could, let's move on to the Brontosaurus, the gentle giant.
Probably looks great. Giving context, letting them listen, and then giving them feedback. Excellent structure. Keep it going.
How much time do I got for the second one? Right. How much time do I have for the second one?
You have 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay. This is a very short movement anyway. Okay. Okay. Low brass movements. Trombones. You have a fun job here. You get to gliss from your Ds to your B flats. That's it. I just wanted to point that out. I think it's good. This is a little bit of a different feel than the last one. You'll notice that there are a lot fewer accents. It's a lot more broader, a lot less like pointed too. Just think Brontosaurus is a gentle giant. It's very tall, leaning in to eat a little bite of eucalyptus or whatever they eat. Or leaves, whatever. I don't know. It's a fur. Beginning. Also a little bit faster. And whoever has half notes, those could be a little bit more connected. It was a little too bump, bump. I think with the context of everything here, separating this a lot from the first movement, which was a lot more pointy. This one's a lot more smooth and overall more legato feel. So I think those half notes could be a little bit more connected. Yes, Carmela.
What do you mean by connected?
Connected, I just mean like having no space in between each note. So it's kind of getting da, da, but it's marked in so that there's like, sorry, one more time. So there's no space in between all the sides. Da, 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 da. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron and Carmela.
Kyle, I think the most effective thing you did right there was sing.
Let's sing it.
And all you have to
Okay.
do is say, you were going da, da, you just go da, da. Don't worry about the words, just sing it and it'll do it.
Okay, can we take it? Oh, we don't have to go back that far. Let's just take it from 13. Chip tap. I love the chip tap at the end. That was really cool. That's it. I just like it. Minute and a half, you said? There's this one teeny tiny little thing that I want to do one more time. Let's focus on some dynamic contrast here because it has written mezzo piano and forte, and then you'll notice some of these guys right here, these symbols, that you grow from really soft to really loud. And I think your softs could be a lot softer and your louds could be a lot louder. So it has that nice, interesting dynamic contrast there. So it really gives this piece a lot more spice. Can we start just, let's take it at 21. You started kind of medium volume, but then really grow and then really diminish. 21.
Okay, pause.
Yep.
Just check like your stance and your setup before you do this, and think about how you can start in a place that's not already big, so you
Okay.
can help them do that in your conducting.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
21.
The spacing you did was awesome, and they responded to that, which is great. So you do very typical the last couple of notes, what you want to do.
Yeah.
And when you do the last note, can you not lunge at them?
Okay.
Let it come in from your hands.
Okay. Let's just do 29. This is the last few. I lied. I tell a lie. Could we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the end? The last, yeah, just 5 from the end. Turbo should have the 5 from the end. 3.
Yeah, much more effective. Much more resonant sound. That was great.
Feel free to pack up your instruments if you want. We're going to transition to the.
Mariano. The percussion.
I started on percussion. Fifth grade.
Well, let's just spray this before we turn away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember what's your order of choice? Remember what's your order of choice?
What?
What's your order of choice?
Number 7, which is a vanilla.
Try that again.
I don't know. Anyways, no, it's a number 7. It's a quesadilla and a taco. Then I ordered an extra burritos with a taco.
Hey, let's go to Taco Bell after.
And then like half of them.
Are we going to the
You know what?
You can talk clear and you can talk about the enthusiasm.
Amazing. I mean, it works. Same thing. If you just, yeah,
More
so like,
great performance.
same thing if you,
No, it's a soprano, like saxophone.
I get tired of playing option like 3 times last
you can
year.
also do a bass clarinet tenor.
And when people get up there, they make the same thing.
Not like my,
You were playing last time, and now you can practice and make it.
the width isn't right.
Connor.
Oh, I'll take it.
That Russian folk dance is actually not a great one. It's too hard. It's hard. Russian, no, not usually. Russian folk dance is like a great one, but it's that is hard. I think you all experience it today. It's not a great one. So maybe in the women part, the upper women part is not great. Live.
Oh, so you're not deputy?
No.
Whole Taco Bell is like.
That I didn't have time.
I don't want to know.
You want me to eat and play the saxophone at the same time?
You please don't.
Yes.
You basically did.
No, right before. No, I watched it.
All right, let's get started with Q&A here. Whoever has a question, let's go ahead and start.
Lizzie.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about work-life balance for you and your experience as a former school band director and how you kind of maintain that or maybe didn't maintain it as much?
That's a really great question and a very important question. I will admit, is Professor Becky in here? He's not. He would agree with me. I have gotten better at work-life balance, and it's something that I'm definitely working on because it's important, but it's hard. It's very hard. When I was first teaching, and I know many of you will experience this in your first year teaching, I only worked ever. And I felt like it was the only way I could stay alive in my job. I was the only band director in my school. I had 3 concert bands. I did the high school marching band. That was a point where I probably should have said no in my first year teaching and doing that, but that's okay. So I would teach my butt off during the day and then do a lot of self-reflection and planning and figure out how I could be better at night and in the evenings. And it was not easy. My first year teaching, to save money, I lived with my parents for a couple years, which was great financially, but it was over an hour commute each way to my job. So I was either in the car or working. I felt like my first year. So it's hard. It's definitely not an easy thing. I was just saying, Professor Garcia, that you would agree that I struggle with work-life balance. As an example, today, we got home. I probably played with the dog for 5 minutes, said hello to you for 5 minutes, and then I went into the office and score studied for 45 minutes, and then I came out, we ate dinner together for 15 minutes, and then I went back in the office and practiced for 45 minutes. It's just like how we work sometimes. And I don't do that every night. Like, I know, like, I have rehearsal tomorrow, so I'm going to do that.
Practice what?
Conducting.
Oh.
But it depends. Like there are definitely weeknights that I will set aside to make sure, okay, like we pick different TV shows that we're like, okay, at this time, no matter where we are at our work, we're gonna stop and watch something and like be humans together that live in the same house. Because it can be very easy. So I think that is how I help myself, is I schedule time. And Professor Vecchio holds me to it.
You do. And our dog does.
Yeah, our dog is very impatient, so he does too. But yeah, I have to be purposeful on scheduling time and knowing that the world's not going to stop if I don't get it all done today. And that's okay. Like, I love you all and I want to respond to your emails as fast as I can. But I can't always do that sometimes. I took my email off my phone. That I found really helpful. So I check it when I need to and I respond. I like set a time. I'm like, okay, this hour I'm gonna respond to email. It's great. It's great. Because before, and like you know this, especially in my master's degree, my phone would go off and I'd be like, okay, sorry, I have to respond to this, right? It's just not healthy. So I'm just trying to be mindful, but it's hard. Still working on it. is the answer.
So how you said like your first 2 years teaching or whatever, like it was just constant working your day in the car. Do you feel like that was worth it for you? Like if you got good stuff done, or do you wish that you had been more balanced with it? Because I feel like we're told like be driven, be working all the time, and we're always like, oh, what's that balance? It's like which one actually works, you know? Like was it worth it to just be working all the time?
Oh, that's a hard question. I would say that I got a lot out of working hard, but I wasn't working smarter at that point. Like I wasn't being efficient with how I was doing things, and I could have been more efficient, which would have given me a better work-life balance at that point. So I did work my tail off, and that was worth it to get better, but there are times where and I'm sure you all feel this too with doing work and whatever you're working on in coursework, like I could do it at 9 p.m. at night. It might take me 2 hours because I'm like beating my head against the wall. Or I could just wake up in the morning and do it in 45 minutes because I'll be fresh. And there's a point where I have to go, this isn't going to get better tonight. And that's okay. And put it aside. I wish I did that more. So yeah, it's definitely worth putting the work in, but in a healthy way.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Remind me of your name.
Carlos.
Hi, Carlos. Nice to meet you.
So a lot of teachers, because it's like recommended for us to go into the field and get some years under your belt, and then if you want to, and if you still want to get your master's or your doctorate, it's like it's still recommended to go to the field and then going back to like grad school. What is like your transition, or like what did you do to prepare to like leave a job and then go back to be a student rather than like the rest of the stuff?
Yeah, it's a weird transition. I'll tell you, it's not easy, but it's worth the challenge. When I was teaching, I tried to be a student to myself the whole time. I video recorded my rehearsals all the time and watch them. I still do every rehearsal. So you can be your own teacher for a while. That really helps. I mean, this is like a very logistical thing, but just save all the money you can. Because when you're in graduate school, they pay you. So just being financially savvy is very helpful during those times. And then like anyone who's giving a workshop, I did a ton of conducting symposiums. So during my first couple years teaching, I did 2 a summer. I would do the weekend ones. They're at different places. Some, we have one here. There's some all over the place. But any clinics, any like IMEA, I went. How many clinics can I go to and absorb from the greatest people? We connected with friends that are, I had a jazz band in my first job. I played clarinet all the way through school and college. I never sat in a jazz band, and I had a jazz band, and I went, I don't know how to do this. So I had one of my good friends who got a job down the road who had an amazing jazz program and played jazz really well. And I just went and sat in all of his rehearsals and watched them. So I just tried to learn from people who were better than me at things that I needed to get better at. So just being a student for yourself can help with that. When you go back to being a student again, it won't feel like such a yeah. Eric.
I know like a lot of like conductors or like band directors and such, they don't play their primary instrument as much as they progress through their career because it just becomes directing, conducting, and stuff and whatever. So like how often do you get to play your primary instrument? And, like if you don't really get any more, do you miss it? And like
yes, I miss it. Tonight when Professor Becky was like, I think I'm gonna maybe play clarinet, and I literally only had 2 reeds in the house, and they were both 4s from I don't know what decade. So like, yeah, it's sad, and I really miss it. I would say I didn't really stop playing my primary until I did my first conducting degree. When I was first teaching, I played in a community band. And I would highly recommend that. It's really great to meet other directors in your area, and it's also really great to continue to grow your musicianship. The only reason I really stopped after I got my conducting degree is because I felt like my musicianship was more proficient in my conducting than my instrument at that point. So I felt like I was still being fulfilled musically, but like Professor Becker, you played your instrument, you still play. If you played all the way through after your master's degrees, yeah.
Can't stop.
He literally can't stop. So yeah, I think it's individual for everyone, but as long as you're being musically fulfilled. I wouldn't stop playing my primary if I didn't feel like I was being musically fulfilled in another area. Would be my advice on that. Yeah. Eddie.
What was your experience like studying with Mallory Thompson?
Absolutely amazing. It was really, really great. Dr. Thompson, who will be here for the conducting workshop this year, so come and serve. That's everything. Yeah, yeah, she is an amazing person, an amazing human. The thing that I learned most at Northwestern is how to be a better musician, both for me and my students. And she is one of the strongest and most passionate musicians I know. So it was amazing. It was difficult and time consuming. I think, talk about work-life balance, that might have been the worst work-life balance of my life was in that degree, but I'm a different conductor musician because of it. So back to like that trade-off that Kira was just asking about, like, it was a very difficult 2 years. I'm looking at Professor Vecchio because he barely saw me in those 2 years, but it was an amazing experience. So yeah, it's great. Yeah.
I know you and Professor Becky mentioned in the Mason meeting last night how y'all came from the East Coast and y'all went to various schools in different states. And so, like, how do y'all determine what schools y'all want to go study and also like teach at?
Oh, that's a great question. Mainly for our graduate degrees, I went where I really felt connected to the teachers I would be studying with. I think when you do a graduate program, those graduate teachers are really like your references for life. They are tied to your resume or CV forever. So it's kind of a two-way street. If you want to study at a graduate level, you have to really like, okay, do I get along well with this teacher? Do I fit in this institution? Because it really will be a lifelong thing. So the teacher was the big graduate school thing. When we taught in Illinois, it was really, we were really comfortable here. Professor Vecchio had gotten a really great job, so I knew that we wanted to stay in the state and we wanted a different experience. I mentioned this a little bit in the meeting the other night, but I taught in New Jersey, and the New Jersey band scene was weird. There wasn't a lot of collegiality. There was no state gatherings. There was nothing that kind of fostered like the community of band, and I wasn't so interested in going back to that quite yet, but I wanted to experience different ways that different states do band. Because you all know, like every state does it super differently. Like Indiana, it's like stateless, state festivals, it's very regimented. And here it's kind of this lovely balance of we have a community, but it's not like prescribed, right? So I really enjoyed that and wanted to experience some of that. And honestly, there are pockets of wonderful programs all over the state. Some of the best programs in our country are in the state of Illinois. And I wanted to learn from those directors and absorb what I could from them too. So yeah, that's what brought us here, really. Yeah.
So you did your master's at Northwestern and your doctorate at Michigan, right? What are some differences you see at like a smaller-ish school like Northwestern versus like really big schools like here or Michigan in terms of like the music programs and like some benefits and drawbacks to like the difference in size and those programs?
I think what's unique about schools of music is that while the institution matters and like a larger institution has a lot of influence on a lot of things, the School of Music is really pretty insular to itself. I would say the schools of music at Northwestern and Michigan and even here are similar in a lot of ways, and the structure and the size are similar. The big difference is that Northwestern was very much a conservatory. Great players, everyone's wonderful up there, a great music ed program there, but it's not what they live off of and thrive off of. And being someone who's really passionate about public school teaching, I knew that I didn't want to end up in a conservatory for me, right? Everyone's different. It was really important for me to be connected to music ed majors. Michigan's kind of like a mix, I would say, right? Would you say that? Yeah, it's a little bit of a mix of both. But honestly, the Michigan School of Music is, while it's on a huge campus, just like here, it's very within itself. It's on its own little area of the campus. It's not among the hubbub of the other 40,000 students. So it doesn't feel like you're part of this ginormous university. You have the benefits of it, but you don't feel like you're part of it. So I think that's really special about a school of music anywhere, is they're pretty much their own community and organism within themselves. Yeah.
Going back to the point in your life where you were starting to think about going to graduate school and applying, how did you go about familiarizing yourself with different graduate programs to know where you wanted to apply?
Great question. Conducting symposiums. I did a million conducting workshops, and I purposely did them at different institutions with different teachers to not only get an understanding of the teacher, but also an understanding of the community of that school. Did I want to be part of that community? I think for any graduate program that you want to go to, even if it's not conducting, just go to the school and visit. If you want to do a music ed master's, go to the school and ask them what day their graduate seminar is. Go and sit in and just see what their program's all about. Meet the faculty. But it's all about just, don't be afraid to email someone and say, I'm interested. Can I come visit? The answer will be yes, please come. They want you to, right? It's not just so much like, I hope I get in here, but they want to recruit too. And they want to make sure it's a good feeling both ways. So don't be afraid to go do that. Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah, you have a great opportunity of going to many different schools and possibly seeing other instructors, and I'm guessing you picked up on different teaching styles along the way. From all those experiences, even though many teachers have their own way of teaching, what were the core takeaways you took from that you think a teacher, no matter where you are, what are the core necessary features that you should have when you're at an institution or a school or any other setting?
I would say number one is the strongest sense of your self-musicianship. The teachers I gained the most from were fabulous musicians. And like, there are a lot of good teaching techniques and things that you can draw from other things, but the musician is the thing that's most inspiring, and I think is what fuels everything else. So I would say that is number one from everything. I think the teachers that I had the most positive experiences with are teachers that pushed me to do things that I didn't know I could do, but with grace and with patience, right? So they knew when to put on the gas pedal and say, you need to start kicking your own butt. And there was teachers that knew I was kicking my own butt and said, okay, I don't need to say anything. She's gonna take care of it. So understanding, like, I appreciated my teacher understanding me, like as an individual and what I needed. So yeah, that's sometimes difficult when you have 200 people in your program, but that's another reason why it's so important to know each one of our individual students. Like even when I taught public school, I knew like which sections and which people I could push a little bit, right? And which people I knew, okay, I was like, okay, they're gonna be a tough critic on themselves. I don't need to push them as hard. So knowing those students and knowing them individually is really important. Yeah.
In terms of the 9 through 16, grade levels that ensembles that you conducted, what has been, I guess, your favorite to conduct, and how has your approach changed to conducting each of those? Because you conducted in athletic band as well as concert and fun band. So.
Yeah.
Both in the high school and.
So hold on, what was my favorite experience conducting? Is that
yeah,
first part?
What's your favorite ensemble? Like, do you like athletic bands or conducting like?
I get you now. Yeah, I enjoy my time in athletic bands and it's a great time. But I think that I serve the students better in the concert band setting. So I enjoy that more. But I also, listen, me and basketball band, I love me some basketball band. I already told Dr. Rudy I'm crashing a volleyball band game. Like, I love that stuff. Like, that's a good times. But for me personally, I think I resonate best with the concert ensembles. Yeah.
How is your approach different?
Between those two different groups?
All of the, yeah. To the different ensembles, like for symphonic band versus wind ensemble.
I don't think no matter who's standing in front of me, I don't change my approach. I conduct the same way. I might, if I'm like in front of the 400 member MI, I'm going to conduct a little differently, right? There's a different technique to that. But in terms of like who's sitting in front of me concert wise, I don't change anything in my conducting. Whether I'm conducting a beginning band to if I was conducting the Illinois Wind Symphony, my conducting is going to be the same. Because it's just who I am musically. That's what's going to come out. So I think my rehearsal approach would be different, but I don't think my actual physical conducting would change that much.
Not to focus a lot on your story, but like it's kind of an impressive list of schools that you've gone to, and then also where you ended up as a professor, it's also very impressive. How do you not I guess that's but I feel like imposter syndrome is such a prominent thing within our field overall, and what we do from our own musicianship to teaching stuff and stuff like that. What are some ways I guess hoping there's a sense of this not go around it, but just use it as a tool rather than something you're eating.
Yeah, I get you. Imposter syndrome is so real. We all have it. Yeah, I think that's the first thing that we all need to know is we all have it, out in the open. Everyone's got imposter syndrome, number I remember I was talking to a professor at Michigan. I don't know if you all know the name Tim McAllister.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Talking about crying.
Okay. So my teacher has lunch at Michigan. He has lunch with Tim McAllister every week. They have a standing lunch appointment. And Tim McAllister, if you don't know him, is like this ridiculous saxophone player. Like he does everything on the planet Earth, and he sounds fabulous doing it. And one lunch, they talked about imposter syndrome. Like it's real. Everyone has it. So I think that in itself and like just embracing that is empowering in itself. Like even the best artists have it. I remember we were talking about, we were living in Chicago and Maren also was there and I was like totally fangirl. I was like, oh, Maren also. And you were like, what are you gonna do if you meet her? I was like, I don't know what to say. And you gave me great advice. I think it was from your dad. You're like, she puts her pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. And it's true, we all are the same human beings. That's what it is. I think the best thing you can do for yourself is give yourself grace and know that everything that you do takes time. I was talking with some of your colleagues about this, and anything that we improve on, you can't assume that you're just gonna get better, but you have to think everything in percentages. Like, was this 5% better today? Like, cool, I'll take that. Was this 1% better today? Great, I'll take that. And just know that as long as you're growing in some sort of percentage, no matter how small it is, that's great. I don't know if that helps, but it's a hard one. It's not great. Yeah.
Did you say you saw Maren Alsop in Chicago in February?
Oh, it was a while ago. It was before we did our doctorates. Yeah, maybe 5 years ago.
Never mind. I was up at a Chicago Symphony concert in February. Got to see her conduct, and I was just wondering if you might have been there at the same time. I didn't totally catch when you said you'd see her.
That's okay. She's fabulous. See her anytime you can see her. It's so good. Yeah, Eddie.
Why conducting? Why college?
Oh, great question. So why conducting is I'm really, the community of an ensemble is something that I just think is so special that you can't really get in other areas of what we do. So that's really what drew me to conducting. The atmosphere of working with students and building that community is something that I will never take for granted. So that's what fuels my desire is the collaboration. Why college? Was that the second part? Yeah. Looking back on my experiences, and before I applied for my doctorate, I really had a hard look at what I thought could be most meaningful for me to give back. Where did I think that I could be the most effective? I taught public school for 9 years total, and I had a few student teachers over that time, and I felt like the work I was doing with them was really meaningful, and the feedback they gave for me was that it was really helpful for them in their teaching, and I went, I wonder if working with music educators is what is best for me, future music teacher educator. So that's what drove me to go that next step. And then I think driving you all to become better professionals, it's just something I really enjoy doing. And I think hopefully you're enjoying it all. But I really enjoy working with that. It's where I feel like I can give back the most. Which is why I did that. Yeah.
Okay.
One more. Okay, we do one more.
I went to some of when they were interviewing the people for the position and whatnot. So I'm curious, some of them I didn't get to see yours, but what do you think made you stand out among the crowd to get the job here? What?
I don't know the answer to that question because imposter syndrome.
That's what I was.
Yeah, my interview process is a little different than what Dr. Giraldi went through for the advanced interview process. So I don't know. I spoke to what I believe in the interview, and I am passionate about what I believe in working with students. So I don't know. Maybe because I was genuine. I'm sure the other people were too, but maybe it just resonated. I don't know. But that's the best advice I can give in an interview. Just be yourself. Just be genuine. Yeah. Great. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
My office door is always open. Please don't hesitate. Stop by literally anytime. It was great to work with you all. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
If you borrow an instrument, you put on the side.
Sorry, do I gotta get thank you? Oh, okay, okay, cool. I want to ask her about what kind of because she's working
I really got a lot of you take this.
We'll be back.
I still have the parts from.
Bye, friends.